Hi everyone, this is Adriana of Starry Sky Readings. I'm an intuitive galactic astrologer, and today I'm here to talk about the conjunction to Algol, which is part of the Perseus constellation. The planet Uranus has been conjunct Algol since about June or even before, but now Mars is going to be joining up with Uranus, making a very big conjunction with Algol. This conjunction is going to be from July 15th till about the 18th, 2024. Today I'm going to talk about the mythology behind Algol, which relates to Medusa, and I'm also going to be going over what we can expect on a collective and personal level, astrologically speaking. At the end of this video, too, I am also going to pull a tarot card message with this alignment so we can get some better insights into this energy. Algol is one of the 15 Bohemian stars, and the ancient people did fear this star whenever it came into alignment. It's no surprise why, as it often entailed violence or wars. Even in most recent times in our modern day history, the star has aligned to these things. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. I do see a healing with this star that I will talk about. Medusa, who was she? There's so many different retellings, but I do want to focus in on the very original myth of this, told by Hesiod, or Hesiod, however you pronounce that. And it was that Medusa was a gorgon, which was a sort of creature that had snakes for hair. She was actually a sister to other gorgons. So there was three of them. And Medusa, the only difference with her was supposedly in the tale, she was the only one who was mortal, who had this power of actually being able to cast any person who would look her way into stone just by her gaze. Very deadly, but powerful energy there. So Perseus, he was sent to behead Medusa because of this power. He wanted to use it for his own purposes. So he cut off her head, and those who looked in her gaze when he took off the blindfold that he wrapped around her eyes would then be turned into stone. A very useful weapon by Perseus. So it is a tragic tale as Medusa becomes this victim here, even though in a way she was her own sort of monster in the sense in the original telling. This omen here with Medusa, as it's shown in the Perseus constellation as Algol, it's one of the fixed stars in Perseus. This is an omen for violence, usually, things having to do with the head, as of course, this is the star representing her head, which was cut off. So what is Uranus and Mars conjunct Algol? What does this really mean? I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to show you the astrology chart. So here is the chart. Again, Uranus and Mars is conjunct Algol here. Both are in the sign of Taurus. This is entailing some heightened and intense energy here. Like I mentioned, Uranus has been conjunct Algol for the past month or so, and it is an omen of revolutionary changes, as we have seen on a collective level. That is happening kind of right on time, because we have elections going on in the United States as well as in the UK. I'm sure there's many other government activities as well happening. On top of course, unfortunately, we have some wars going on in our world. So yes, Uranus is bringing these revolutionary ideas and acts into effect here with Algol. Now, Mars is the god of war here, right? So when this is pairing up with Uranus, I do have concerns, I'm not going to lie, with, more intense and heightened activity with this. We've already seen so much of that happening, the conflict in the world going on a collective level. It's going to really come, I feel like, to a climax during this time. I don't want to make anyone be in fear or have any fearful things from this. because sometimes, bad things I think happen, but then there's a healing that can come in. And thankfully there is, which I will show you here soon. So stay with me on this. This is a faded energy here, as this is making a trine here to the vertex in Libra. Libra is about peace and harmony. So how can we get to peace and harmony in our collective here? As you can see, Supergalactic Center is also here behind this text, really pulling in this higher, deeper wisdom. So the vertex is the point of fate. This is a fated thing here that is happening. This was destined to happen. I was curious how the United States natal chart will look with this transit. So I've meshed them together here. And don't worry if you don't understand what all this means. I'm going to explain it here. Something that stood out to me the most, besides this red line here, which I'll talk about soon too, I have Uranus and Mars here. It's making this trine here to Pluto in the United States birth chart. Pluto is all about transformation here. Funny enough too, it was retrograde, and it's also in retrograde currently in 2024. Right now we have Pluto in Aquarius has been retrograde. We spoke about it actually in our podcast that I do. If you want to check that out, is bringing some deep transformations to the United States here. Transformational energy is happening with this. And also there's a square to the moon. So there's something here with the divine feminine at play, something to do with even women as well that I was picking up on. And it makes sense because I do see the Pleiades, the divine feminine coming in. So by the 19th of July and 20th of July, we have the Pleiades picking Algol out, basically, and lining up with Mars instead, bringing this very healing energy. Oh, I also just wanted to go back to this point here. For the United States, we do have this lining up, this conjunction in the 6th house, which also deals with daily routines and health and wellness. So there could be some illness scares, or just, be more mindful of your health at this time. Like I mentioned too, being careful of headaches, migraines, things of that nature. But yes, we have the Pleiades. So specifically Electra making the tightest orb here, 0.14 on July 20th, very tight orb to Mars. This means it's very impactful, bringing this beautiful healing that comes in. Like I said, it's not all doom and gloom. It does look like there is a light at the end of the tunnel, if you will. There is hope in this situation here. So I do have hope that on a collective level, we're going to see some more healing. Algol is still going to be conjunct Uranus, of course, so it's not like it'll be instant. Healing is never instant, though. This will take time, of course, but we will see this healing coming in to the Mars energy, the very warlike energy starting to take place after this period of time. Okay, so something for you all to look out for that I wanted to just let you all know about. This is a time I feel for spiritual protection is mostly being called here. So it's a time for you to have spiritual protection in your home and on yourself. Now, how can you protect yourself? I personally, me and my husband, we have sigils in our home, Algol's runes too, which is for protection. You can have these placed in your home or even keep it on you whenever you're out. Place them around your home, place them in your purse, your bag, wherever you want to. I was actually called to go into a thrift store. Something was pulling me into going to one. And I mean, I do love thrift stores, but something called me to go in there, and I actually found an evil eye ward. It's the one, I don't have it with me, I should have grabbed it, but it shows the blue eye, and it's something that the Greeks used and still use for protection against the evil eye. I'm also of Italian ancestries, you would have your cornicello, and they look like a little pepper. It's mistaken for a pepper, but it's actually a horn that wards off any sort of negative energy. So you can have this in your car, you can have it as a necklace, like my brother does, any sort of talismans like this. Maybe something from your own ancestry that has been passed down or used. You can utilize that. Cleansing is also going to be important at this time. You can take cleansing ritual baths, cleansing your home and just yourself with sprays. I like to use my cleansing aura spray that I have. It has essential oils of lavender, sage, and also there's sweet orange, amethyst, clear quartz for gemstones. So you can always make your own if you like too. An added bonus that it smells nice. So, and if you do spiritual work like myself, I have to make sure I'm always on top of cleansing. I have tarot cards where I cleanse my space when I'm doing readings, sage, burning incense, things like that. These are all great ideas that you can use. Feel free to write these down or come back to this video. But I want to mention it with this because I think it's really relevant at this time with this alignment. So definitely you want to have your spiritual protection armor up as even more so as best as you can during this time with Mars and Uranus conjunct Algol. Take care of your health as well during this time. Careful of headaches, as Mars does rule the head, so be careful of any headaches. Injuries to the head can be more prone, so take extra care with that, of course. Now I'm going to just go ahead and get into my tarot message based on this conjunction happening here. So I'm using my classic Rider-Waite, oh, there it is, Rider-Waite tarot deck, classic tarot deck here to give. I just think sometimes it's the most straightforward deck, especially when it's an alignment like this. I felt called to use this deck. So what can we expect with this Uranus and Mars conjunction to Algol? Okay, right away we got something. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles is showing here. This is a very protective energy with the Death card on the bottom of the deck. Death is all about transformation and change. It also comes with death comes rebirth. Like I was talking about with that Pluto alignment to this as well. I believe it was with the United States. Yeah, it was the trine to Pluto. So not surprised to see that here. Very scorpionic energy. A transformation is occurring here with this alignment. And now is the time to protect yourself. Like I mentioned about those ways that you can protect yourself spiritually. Now is the time to also just not only protecting yourself spiritually, but protecting and honoring yourself in your beliefs, keeping also things that you value, things that have meaning to you, close to you, whether it's relationships or even valuable items, because these are pentacles here, but also things you value in your life. What are your values? A good time to reflect on that. What are your values with all this going on here? Okay, with all this change and transformation happening, I'm going to go ahead and pull another card. What do we need to know for the Uranus and Mars conjunction with Algol on a collective level? What do we need to know about Uranus and Mars conjunct Algol collectively? That, yeah, there's Mars. The Emperor is here. Aries energy, very much so. That Mars energy coming out, the fire energy. Emperor is about, taking a stand in your own beliefs and again, kind of going along with your values here. What do you value within yourself here? What is your empire that you want to build for yourself? Now, I do feel too, this has to do with people in charge. Yeah, very much so. It does have a lot of high ego to it, as that can definitely happen with people in charge, leaders in charge here, or people, calling the shots, as this is a very Mars type of energy here. I do see we have the Four of Wands now on the bottom of the deck with this. How do we get to a place of stability now? How do we find common ground amongst ourselves here on a personal level and collectively too? How can we find this equilibrium that we need here for the long haul too, for the long run? Okay, so one more card on what this Uranus and Mars conjunction to Algol will bring collectively. Okay, Three of Pentacles is here. There is a sense of desperation collectively, I feel. It's like the people here, okay, pleading to this person here that we're trying to, again, get through to them collectively on finding some sort of balance in what is going on in our world, right? So very, very heavy energy I'm getting with this, as this is a very broad span of collective energy going on. So it's desperate times here. So it's important for you to take care of yourself in protecting yourself here, in evaluating things that matter to you. What does bring you value in your life? The Four of Swords is also on the bottom of the deck. So this is the coffin, just like the death card here. Sorry for all this morbid energy, but what can I say? This is what's happening here. So we have the Four of Swords. It's the coffin, it's the crypt, it's dead energy. So what dead energy do you, on a personal level, need to let go of? What do you need to release so that you can come into your own here? How do you come into your own and honor yourself and your true values here? Time to release the dead weight that is no longer needed in our lives, okay? I do feel a healing will come from this. Let's pull another card actually on the alignment to Electra, and then we'll wrap up this video. If you've stuck around this long, please do like this video and subscribe to my Starry Sky Readings channel here on YouTube. What can we expect collectively with Mars conjunct Electra? Wow, beautiful. The sun comes out. Oh, I'm sorry, the lovers. I saw the sun here. I thought it was the sun, but still really beautiful here. Very divine feminine, as we saw in the it is in Taurus. Mars is in Taurus during this time. So, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. So it looks like peace and sounds very cliche, but peace and love. There's mutual love here and companionship. Very beautiful Venus energy here. And it comes out from a time of desperation. Five of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here. Times of ailment, we find love here. Always finding that sense of hope and love, companionship here. So again, going back to what I was saying before of things that you value. The lovers is not only about other people that you can love, but how do you value not only them, if you are, in a relationship here or marriage, but how do you value and love yourself? Okay, this is a mirror here as well. You can see this as a mirror, these two people. So looking within yourself, doing your own self-reflection. This is a time for you with all this energy going on to start to look within yourself and how you can better value and honor your feelings and yourself here. Actually, too, it's Mars and Venus here. I just made that connection looking at this. This is Mars and Venus coming together. As astrologically, that is exactly what's happening here. Mars is usually not very comfortable being in Taurus, but it's Electra with that extra feminine energy is kind of making this happen. This is Electra here, I feel like, coming in as the fixed star between these masculine and feminine energies. Okay, so how can we integrate these together collectively and in our own personal lives? Really beautiful to see that as the final card to this tarot portion of this. Please do like this video, and if you would like your own reading, feel free to check the description below on how you can contact me. I do have a website, but you can just email me directly. My email is down below in the description. I do galactic past life readings. I also just do regular astrology readings, as well as, of course, tarot readings too. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I hope that with all these, scary looking alignments, that this gives you some hope in what's to come. So thank you again for being here, and I will see you in the next video.